Hey there, welcome to the Movie Review Mom YouTube channel. I'm the mom and I do the movie reviews. And my goal is to give you the heads up on filmmaking quality and content so that you can make the best decision as to whether or not you and your family want to spend time or money or both watching a particular movie. So the particular movie I'm reviewing today is called Spy Kids Armageddon. Dun, dun, dun. This cute addition to the Spy Kids franchise is now playing in select theaters and on Netflix. Technically, it's a reboot of the 2001 family adventure. I'll talk to you a little bit more about all that in just a second. The film is PG and it is 1 hour and 48 minutes. My overall movie review mom grade, I think, is a C. So let me explain. I'll give you an overview in a nutshell. I'll point out things I liked and didn't like, as well as offer tips for parents, themes worth talking about, funny lines, interesting lines, and recommendations for other films that are sort of similar that you might also like if you like this one. All right, so ready to begin. In a nutshell, the family-friendly flick was directed by Robert Rodriguez, who also wrote the script with his son, Racer Rodriguez. I love that he involves his family members in the movie making business, and he's done that with many of his films. He said that this is his family making a movie for other families. And I love that. That's a fairly unique thing in the film industry. His son, Rebel, has a composer credit in the film, and his daughter, Rhiannon, performs the song called Armageddon, which you get to hear during the rolling credits of the movie. Now, in case you're wondering, he's not related to Gina Rodriguez, who stars in the movie, at least not that I could find on the internet. So correct me if I'm wrong. If you know that they're related, I mean, there's a lot of Rodriguez's in this movie. So here's a list of things that I really liked about this film. First of all, the movie definitely has a strong Latino influence, which pairs nicely with the newest superhero teen movie to hit the market, Blue Beetle. Have you seen that one yet? Almost everyone in this film, and in the other one actually, are Hispanic of some kind. And I think that that's great. It's great to have that representation. I adore both Gina Rodriguez and Zachary Levi. So I was really excited to see them in this together. They both look fantastic, by the way. Individually, they did a great job, but I was kind of surprised by their lack of chemistry together. Still a fan of both of them, though. The young stars provide the cuteness factor that you're hoping for, Connor Esterson and Everly Carganilla. The director named the children after his sister and himself, since they had so much fun playing together as pretend spies when they were kids growing up. Now, the kids aren't the world's greatest actors, but they're very young and they're sincere. You know, they're going to do better the more they do. Fun fact, Everly Carganilla actually played a young Gina Rodriguez in her popular TV show called Jane the Virgin when she was only 9 months old. That was a super cute TV show, by the way. Did you ever see that? Comment down below. I watched every single episode and just got such a kick out of it. The villain in this movie is played by Billy Magnuson. The spy suit generator scene was totally adorable and made me laugh out loud along with my husband. And yes, we watched this together with no kids in the room. And we both said, you know what? Our kids would have got a kick out of this when they were younger. For adult viewing, it's entertaining if your standards are pretty low and you're just in for a goofy, kids movie, really. But another cute scene is when the kids try to sneak down the hall at nighttime while their parents are sleeping, but they're not successful because there are so many creaks and noises, when you step on the wood floor. And the director revealed that he got that idea for that scene from his similar experience while growing up. And I had the exact same experience. You probably did too. I laughed when I heard the name of the video game that could possibly take over the world, called High Score. Now it's spelled HYSKOR. So at first glance, it looks unique, but it's just funny because it's, high score. And then we're told that the precursor to this game was low score. So the director's kids had actually started creating a video game named High Score, which is what gave their dad the idea to include it in this movie. Now, on a personal note, 2 out of my 4 kids are in the video game business, and they both work for different companies. One is a 3D animated artist, and the other one is a level designer, and they both love what they do. They love video games. They played video games all growing up. And as a good mother, I would always say, stop playing so many video games. Work on your talents for your future careers. Never imagining that that would be their future career and the industry of their choice. They're both making great money, but more importantly, they really love what they're doing. And so I also love that these 2 sons are working on video games together, that they're creating in their spare time using the skills that they've been learning. And we'll see, the goal someday is to have their own video game company and maybe even an empire, because they're both really talented at what they do. I had no idea when they were young that that's what would happen. So parents, just a little side note, if your child shows promise and talent in an area and it's not a traditional career or industry, see where it goes and encourage them. All right, so back to the movie. Kids are going to love all the cool gadgets and spy tools. The film really does have all of the things that kids like, such as cool spy stuff, action, comedy, villains who aren't too scary, and showcasing kids who are smarter, of course, than any of the other adults in the movie. Ultimately, the movie is both adorable and ridiculous at the same time. So now, with that praise, let me balance that out with a few things that I didn't like or thought could have been done better. For example, there is so much exposition throughout the entire movie, meaning that the characters have to tell you everything they're doing and why. So in a way, it felt like they were really talking down to the audience, expecting that the audience are very young children and they need to have everything explained to them. So if you're watching this as an adult, you're going to roll your eyes and go, oh my gosh, keep going, moving forward. And the dialogue itself was not that great. It actually sounded like it could have been written by ChatGPT. Now, I don't mean to insult the writing team, but just that it's not very clever and witty and inspired. It's pretty basic and formulaic. It gets the job done. The movie is definitely not as good as the first films in the original trilogy. So we'll see how they go moving forward. And yes, there will be sequels of this reboot. The CGI is surprisingly terrible and noticeable because of so many green screen moments. The acting is often wooden, and it's such a disappointment. You can literally see the green screen stuff happening, and you can tell they're all standing in front of the screen, acting and supposedly responding to what's happening on the scene, and it really steps you out of the action. So that was disappointing. Now, some of the fans of the franchise might not like the fact that the original young actors from the first Spy Kids movies are not in this reboot. The director explained that he wanted to create an entirely new family, but that he's planning on playing around with the idea of bringing them back in and connecting these stories to the new ones. So we'll see if that's what happens. Let me give you some tips for parents. There's no profanity. Yay! Lots of destruction. Some characters are in dangerous situations. We do see some skeletons, but they turn out to be robots, so they're not nearly as scary looking. And I thought that was a wise choice for young children because, skeletons can be creepy. There's a lot of talk about playing fair and being honest. And that is something every parent can be glad to hear and get behind. So heads up, your kids might ask you what Armageddon means. They may think it's just a word, but they may say, doesn't it have something to do with the Bible? And so just be prepared in case they want to know, what is the Armageddon of the Bible? What is all of that about? So some of the themes that are illustrated really well are family, of course, power, honesty and integrity, working together, never giving up, secrets, forcing people to do something. So I always write down funny lines and interesting lines just to share them with you. But when I looked at my notes, I didn't write either funny or interesting. And I thought, well, that's kind of a statement again on that dialogue that could have been so much better. Let me share some recommendations for other films that I think that you're going to like and probably better, but they definitely made me think of them as I was watching this. The first recommendation is watch the very first Spy Kids that ever came out. And you'll see the charm and the humor and the action that made this franchise so popular and what it is today. The next one is actually an animation for children. It's called Agatha Christine Next Door Spy. It's adorable. The animation is very cute and the story is adorable. It's about this little girl and she wants to be a spy. She moves into a new neighborhood and she's feeling, discombobulated and not belonging. And so things proceed in the story and it's very cute as she learns a lot of lessons and some spy tips. And if you like it, you'll be happy to know that is supposed to be spinning off into some sequels. And then another movie that I just thought was so cute is a live action called My Spy. It is a comedy featuring a real spy and a little girl figures out that he's a spy. And so they have this cat and mouse type of relationship in the beginning. And then it comes out in the open and she says, just train me. I want to be a spy. And so it's very, very cute, really cute acting, family friendly. All of these are family friendly films. All right, that's it. Hopefully these tips will help you to decide if this movie is right for you and if you want to spend time or money watching it. If you enjoy my reviews, give it a thumbs up. And when you get a minute, run over to my Facebook group called Movie Review Mom, where we have lots of fun conversations about movies. Have a fantastic day, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye for now.